If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and comment. I appreciate your support.
Yeah, it really helps us out.
Right, so welcome back to another deep dive. Today we are looking at something really special. Just picture a mother Langur monkey sitting quietly, parting the fur of her infant.
It usually looks like just basic hygiene, right?
Exactly, but if you look closer, you're actually watching the evolutionary blueprint for what we, well, basically call love.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because it's easy to just see it as, simple cleaning.
Oh, absolutely. It's so tempting to view that scene through a strictly utilitarian lens.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's just picking out parasites or keeping her baby warm.
Right, just primate chores.
Exactly, primate chores. But the grooming goes so much deeper than that. It actually actively regulates the infant's nervous system, so the continuous tactile stimulation from the mother, it physically lowers the baby's heart rate.
Wow.
Yeah, and it suppresses cortisol. So that mother is literally shaping her baby's biological response to stress just through touch. So this physical touch isn't just about surviving the elements. It's actually about building psychological resilience.
Precisely. It's foundational.
But, I mean, a mother's grooming can only go so far, right? Like, she actually has to go forage for food eventually.
Yeah.
Which brings up a huge logistical problem. Who watches the baby?
Right, the childcare problem.
Yeah. How does the troop's architecture even handle that? Because Langurs have a very specific living situation, right?
They do, yeah. Langurs utilize what's called a single male polygynous structure.
Okay, meaning one alpha male living alongside multiple females and their offspring.
Exactly, and because of that setup, you get a very unique division of labor.
Wait, I'm a bit confused here. Since there's only one alpha male, is this troop basically functioning as a giant, highly coordinated, single-parent commune? I mean, wouldn't those females be competing fiercely for his attention?
You would think so, yeah.
Like, why wouldn't it just be a chaotic free-for-all over limited resources? How do they actually end up cooperating?
What's fascinating here is that it basically comes down to pure biological necessity. See, the single alpha male is almost entirely focused on defending the troop's territory from rival males.
Oh, so he's on guard duty.
Right, full-time guard duty. Because of that outward focus, he provides absolutely zero childcare.
None at all.
None. So that biological vacuum forces the females to rely exclusively on each other just to ensure their genetics survive. Like, if they compete, the infants die.
Wow.
But if they cooperate, they create what primatologists call the anti-network.
The anti-network. Here's where it gets really interesting to me. So because the dad is essentially playing full-time security guard, the moms, sisters, and aunts have to form this shared maternal network.
Exactly. It's a total group effort.
So when her older sister steps in to hold the baby, she's actively building a social safety net. It's not just chores, it's literal trust and protection.
And we actually see this mechanically in their biology. When an auntie takes the infant, the acts of grooming and holding, they trigger an immense release of endorphins in both of them.
In both the aunt and the baby?
Yes, in both. She is chemically reinforcing in their bond. She's essentially signaling, I am here, you are safe.
That's incredible.
It really is. It ensures the survival of the troop by weaving them together so tightly that protecting the group just becomes as reflexive as protecting yourself.
It's really not so different from a human ant stepping in so a totally exhausted new mom can finally get an hour of sleep. Like, the biology of relief and trust is exactly the same there.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it raises an incredibly important point. We tend to separate complex social behavior from the biological need to feel secure.
Right, we treat them as two totally different things.
Exactly. But in Langurs, they are one and the same. These animals exhibit deep care and family behaviors that heavily mirror our own emotional landscapes.
Because the hardware is the same.
Yes, because the underlying neurological hardware, the endorphins, the cortisol regulation, is largely shared between us.
And for you, listening right now, I think that fundamentally changes how we view nature. Like, it shifts the lens completely. We aren't looking at instinct-driven machines. We're looking at emotionally rich beings.
We really are. Recognizing that shared emotional language, it bridges the gap between us and the rest of the natural world.
It proves that love, trust, and community care are exclusively human traits. We don't have a monopoly on these feelings.
Not at all. It reminds us that we are part of this evolutionary continuum, not just standing entirely separate from it.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to mull over. If communal care, this anti-network, and support from extended family are so deeply hardwired into a primate's survival and emotional well-being.
Which they clearly are.
Right. What does that say about modern humans? We increasingly raise families in isolated individual households, far away from our own extended troops. Are we fighting against our own biology?
It's a powerful question.
It really is. Well, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I truly appreciate your support.